Hi, I'm Jason Arp. I'm the City Councilman for the 4th District of Fort Wayne, and today we're going to talk about the Public Arts Commission. We just had a vote in the committee session last night about this, and I was one of 3 councilmen that voted against the final amended version of what it was that came out. One of the reasons that I voted against what was the final product was that the funding source is TIF. And so they have 2 supposed funding sources. One of them is supposed to be a voluntary funding from people that get abatements that will say, hey, if you get an abatement, then you should kick in a certain amount. That's voluntary. If they do fund it that way, that's great. If they don't, it's not mandatory. The part that was troubling was the mandatory taking of 1% of whatever the TIF financing is for a particular project and putting that into the Arts Commission, 50% of which could be eligible to stay on that project in the TIF district, and another 50% can go anywhere, so supposedly into neighborhoods. I'm not sure about the legality of that. Supposedly the money that's raised through TIF is supposed to go to public infrastructure in the TIF district. That's the state law. The way that they're trying to get around this is they're saying, well, this isn't a tax and this isn't part of the TIF. This is a mandatory give back that's not TIF. Now, okay, if it's mandatory and it's in a TIF, I don't see how in the world it's not a TIF tax. So our economic development stuff, which we just did a few videos on that, you can go see those on our channel, explain the menagerie of economic development entities and processes and procedures that all have to be tracked. This is just going to muddle one more of those. We can't even keep track of our abatements and some of the TIF requirements that we have now. Why would we want to add one more layer of complexity to fund something as theoretically simple as a public art commission? I mean, there's other sources of money that we could have done that through, as opposed to muddling TIF even further. The Public Art Commission's role, I mean, one of those things is going to be just kind of adjudicating what are going to be the pieces of art. I mean, there's been a couple of installations that have been pretty controversial in the city, one of which was the kind of the different colored poles at the traffic circle at Wells and Fairfield. In downtown Fort Wayne, there's, it's just a multicolored poles, and apparently that's pretty controversial. So the Arts Commission would be the group that's selected to make decisions on any kind of public art installation like that. So other roles that it may have is maintaining or granting money or commissioning art pieces. Whether or not that's something we need, I don't know. But as far as adjudicating for pieces that are in TIF that are going to use public art, I guess that's just as good as whatever we're doing now. My objection was the muddling of economic development and TIF into something like this. And frankly, I mean, we should just do away with TIF to begin with. You're taking money out of schools, police, and all the actual functions of government and funneling them into real estate speculation. So anyway, I just wanted to do a brief video to kind of explain the vote on the Art Commission stuff. I noticed it was in the papers today. So my name is Jason Arp. Subscribe and share our videos. You can go to jasonarp.com for more information. Thanks again. Bye.